Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Just coming on 6 a.m. here Monday morning, starting off the final week of the month of August. Again, August, 249 points, sufficient, uh, possible to expand that range a little bit to the downside. Yes, it's possible. Full moon is coming up at the end of the month, Thursday, so we're looking at that +3, -3 window from that date. So early next week, Monday, Tuesday, that's it. Full moon window's cut off. Little thing to point out to you here, just something that was noticed. Monday, green, green, green. We've closed green every Monday since going back here to June 26th. All right. June 26th was the last Monday that we closed red. Closed red the Monday prior to that, June 20th. June OPEX, you remember, big, huge week. And again, we had a red close there on June the 5th, flat close on May 30th, and now I'm digging back a little bit too far because now we're back into May, completely different algorithm. But yeah, we've closed green. I think it's 8 Mondays in a row. So with today, as I was sharing there, very light economic schedule today. 8 o'clock, couple of speakers over there in Europe. 12:30, Fed's bar speaks, and that's it. There's nothing else for today. So today should be a relatively calm day, and I want you to take notice as well. Last week we gapped up every day of the week, even though we were closing green, red, green, red, green, red. So one thing to pay very close attention to is today closing above 4405.71. That'll be two green closes in a row. And you know how it works with the streak of not seeing, rarely seeing three in a row, and Taco Tuesdays on Tuesday. So yeah, 4405.71 is what we're looking for a litmus test today. Got something very interesting for you to see here real quick. QQQ, I'm going to share that with you in your email. Obviously, pointed out on the weekend email. SPX spreads, again, threw one out there right around the EU Open when everything was relatively flat. I'll come back to that as we go into the email. Here, right? QQQ. So we're hanging here above this 363.61. Resistance is very clearly 367. 367 is where our resistance is. As I shared there with what we're looking at for this week, you want to pay close attention to these areas here, 363.61 and this 367. On the ES here on the futures, I'm looking at a 5-day, 30-minute, just so you can see everything. This is us going into, when is this, Thursday, with the NVIDIA Chlamydia, and then the move down off of NVIDIA Chlamydia and the low that we placed there on Friday. And here we are on the futures, just barely above the 5-day and the 10-day moving averages, with the 20-day and the 50-day right there where our highs of the week were last week on Thursday from the NVIDIA Chlamydia. So you're going to want to pay close attention to where you were on Thursday and where you were on Friday for your highs and your lows. We should stay inside that box for this week. SPX, again, 1-minute chart, but expanded because I want to be able to show the 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average, which are both up here around 44.50, 44.60. And the 10-day moving average, which we essentially closed on with the 5-day moving average right underneath it. So we are going to have a moving average combination, which is going to be right in our trading zone that we're going to be at. And as you know, these are not just something to just brush off. So we're going to be paying close attention to it, as well as that 43.84, which is down below. And here you have your VIX with a gap up over the weekend, and we are right at that 1622. So if you had to rub a crystal ball and kind of give out a prediction as to how today is going to wind up, today's going to wind up pretty relatively flat, but I got a little surprise for you. SPY, 1 minute. We got a fake print over here. I'm not going to jump on this, but we do have a fake print over here. Now, when you look back at the 1 day, it's obviously not below where the lows were on Friday. So it's just there to be paid attention to. But this doesn't need a rocket scientist to see that you clearly have very strong resistance right here at this 441 area. So going to be very well paid attention to. Same thing over there on your SPX, which is your 4420 area. So other than that, I will leave you with Tesla. Tesla, with all the cyber porn or Cybertruck porn that was out over the weekend, I kind of expected that Tesla was going to have this massive gap up this week, and we've got nothing. It's an absolute nothing burger to start the week off. But I'll give you that bigger, wider picture because I had a chance to speak with Darren about this. Again, you're in that big resistance falling line right up here at 272. Your 50-day moving average is rolling over. 242.25 is extremely strong on both ends, support and resistance, and we're banging our heads up here. So they're going to need some kind of a headline before that's going to be able to break. On the other side, you got 208 down there at the bottom. And zoom out here on your 208 so that you see 208. You see where 208 is over here. And you see where 208 is over here. You're looking right here at your April highs or your February highs. You see your big 208. 208 is actually minus 50% from your all-time highs. So it's a pretty big number. And come out here on a bigger, wider view. And again, you see your 208 going back here in May, going back here in June, your October attempt to hold on to it. And again, big number. At 208, Tesla is only up 100% for the year. So your big channel, as you see, your big falling channel line that you're in right here, it's testing. I won't say that it has completed, but it is definitely testing as to whether or not that 208 is going to be the strongest of strongest supports. And you can see your falling resistance line coming over here, which is right now, right around, let's see, 1 minute, you're not going to see it. 5 minute, you might see it. Nope. 30, 20 hour. Yeah, it's right up there around the 270s. So wouldn't be too excited about in Tesla in any way, shape, or form. But this would be a risky trade to be taking for the week of not expecting it to be breaking above 242 if you wanted to get into a credit spread. So have a fantastic morning. Have a great start to the week. Again, Mondays have been green for weeks on end, but we did close green on Friday. So seeing how we've gone green, red over the past week starts to show that there could be a turn in the tides, and we should see a blase green day today.